Andrew, do you know who Chase Young is?
Yeah, of course.
No. My point is, I don't either.
Before I said that Cade Cunningham would never be an All-Star, and I just wanted to double down on that. I just.
We're back
What's going
with
on
another.
with Mike's video?
I know.
NFL Week 4, let's go. Welcome back, Jam Squad. I'm MKL, your host, here with Tesla Mace, John M83, and little bro who's muted. Unmute your mic, sir. Just a quick there you go. Now you're unmuted.
Okay.
Just a quick recap. We are going to touch on fantasy football, or at least our picks for this week. Drew is winning right now. I think he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 correct picks, but he is going to lose 1 win for every minute that he's late. So start the timer now. What's going on, fellas? How you doing tonight?
What's going on,
Better now that Andrew's gonna not be winning.
Oh, so great. Let's man, lots of things going on in the NFL. Lots of surprises, to be honest with you. Thursday night's game with the Cowboys and Giants. Cowboys just barely squeaked by 20-15. Bigger question on the Cowboys, or are we not putting enough respect to the Giants? What do you think?
So I watched this game pretty good. Malik Neighbors is a stud, but I mean I don't know why the Giants just can't score touchdowns. Like it seemed like first down they would throw it when they got to the red zone, and it's an incomplete pass or whatever, and then 2nd and 10 they run it for 1 yard. I'm like, I didn't get the play calling, to be honest. I don't get why you don't run on first down. Kind of, if you're gonna run like 3rd and long is just not a good effective way of doing it. So I believe they didn't even score a touchdown that whole game. It was a bunch of field goals. So 5 field goals, and yeah, their defense played hard. Like, I'd be mad if I was their defense, I'll be honest. But they, they're getting the ball to the right people. So I think they do got some stuff going on, but you got to score touchdowns. I mean, this is the 2nd game this season where they didn't put up a touchdown offensive score. So, 4 games in and you got 2 games with no offensive touchdown. Like, that's a problem.
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Rhoda? Michael, good to see you, my guy. Raiders. Go Giants. He's from New York. Go Giants if they played better. I was just kidding with you, my guy. Let's see. Falcons get the win over the Saints, 26-24. This was a lot closer game than I thought it was going to be, to be honest with you. John, did you catch that game at all?
Yeah, came down to the kicking, which I do like because I got Young Hoku on a couple of my fantasy teams.
Nice.
But like you said, it was closer than I thought. I think it took a minute for Derek Carr to get it going, but then finally did, and didn't throw any touchdowns, but 28 for 36 for 239. Kirk Cousins didn't throw any touchdowns either, and I think that's why the game was as close as it was, because everyone was doing it in the running game. Alvin Kamara, 19 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown, and we got to see Tyler Algier this week kind of step up and do his thing because it was not working with Bijan. They had either put stops to Bijan or he dropped a couple passes. So Tyler Algier kind of did his thing and took over today. But good game, and the Falcons just snuck by.
Mr. Rhoda said he's over at Not Scary Farm. Hey, but you tuned in, dude. That's the better part. Must not be that scary. It looks like Drew and Tesla Mace were the only ones to pick Atlanta in that game. I really thought that New Orleans was going to come out, like the Saints were going to show a little bit. I did see that Atlanta was putting the lockdown on their deep threat. What's his name? Was the dude that's caught like
Shaheed.
60-yard Shaheed?
Oh, Raheed Shaheed, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whatever
Yeah,
you do,
I mean,
just don't let him beat you deep.
could we give a shout out though to my fantasy tight end that decided not to play again today? Kyle Pitts, I hate you. Just thought I'd put that out there. Hope you're watching. Had you 3 of the last 4 years, and 3 of the last 4 years you continue to disappoint me. So, yeah, so much talent, man. I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. The guy's a specimen. Makes me think of like Aaron Hernandez, but minus like his first part of his career anyway. But yeah, I mean, I'm just stupid. I need to stop starting this guy. Like it's just incredible. 0 catches, 0 yards. I mean, unreal.
The Bears get the win 24-18 over the Rams. I'm pretty sure most of us called that. Oh, wait, no. Bro, you lost that one. And so did Drew. That was one of Drew's like only losses though. I think he picked that one not knowing that Puka and Cup were hurt, but
For the last 3 weeks, yeah, that's probably accurate.
Oh my gosh. But good game, good moral victory for the Bears for sure. Hopefully they can keep that rolling. The Vikings get the win over the Packers 31-29. I think this was more of a surprise for me just because they were up. I think they were up 28-7 at halftime if I remember correctly. And it wasn't until that fourth quarter surge that the Packers actually started coming back. But man, Vikings 4-0. If you would have told me at the beginning of the season that they were going to trade away Kirk Cousins, not know who their quarterback was going to be, and be 4-0 in the beginning of this year, I would have thought you were crazy.
Let's go a step further. Like, they're not just 4-0. They beat the Niners, the Texans, and at the Packers. Like,
yeah,
like that's
all
so
playoff teams.
Like it might be time to start like saying, hey, these guys may be a little better than we thought. Now personally, I'm still not there yet. Like this at Packers, 2 of them were at home, but I mean those are quality opponents. So we'll see. I still don't believe it. I'm not buying into the hype just yet. I think they travel to Germany or London or someplace overseas next week. To play the Jets, so that'll be interesting. But I would have never guessed they're 4-0. So credit to them. They did almost blow it today, though. I mean, they were up 28-7 at one point, and almost lost that game. So
gave up 22 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that might be more credit to the Packers than anything, but yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm still not. Jury's still out on this for me.
I did have one quick point though. I know that Jaden Reed for the Packers went off with seven receptions for 139 yards and a touchdown. But fantasy owners should be watching Dontavian Wicks. That kid, I called that at the beginning of the season. This kid's going to be great, and he showed out today. Got himself 2 touchdowns, and I think it's just the beginning for this kid. I think that Love's going to start feeding him the ball a little bit more, and interesting to watch because I think he's going to be explosive.
Man, I'm a little disappointed in Josh Jacobs. I have him in one of my leagues. Actually, I think I have him in 2. But I mean, it's not like he's not getting the touches. The only 100-yard game he's had was against the Colts, and he had 32 carries. Every other time he's gotten 16, 14. This last against Minnesota, he only had 9 touches. But I mean, you're down that much that early, you're probably not going to get much.
Well, Emmanuel Wilson got 8 touches, so like that, I think they're just in a timeshare, which is weird. You know, like you bring in Josh Jacobs and then you timeshare him. Like that's a little odd.
Super odd. I mean, especially after the season that he had last year. Anywho, the Colts end up getting the win over the Steelers, 27-24. I don't remember. I think everybody ends up picking Pittsburgh on that one. Oh no, Drew picked the Colts. That was one of the lone wolves. One of the lone wolf picks that he ended up picking. I think he just did that to spite us. The Steelers do drop to 3-1. But man, their defense still looks pretty fast and strong. We got
Anthony Richardson got injured in this game, right? So, I mean, Joe Flacco, like if he's your backup, the starter's going down. Like it's just like the guy always somehow is in the right situation. It's pretty incredible that the Sleepy Joes is always Johnny on the spot, so to speak. It's crazy to me.
I think more of the surprise this week, the Broncos beat the Jets, or today the Broncos beat the Jets 10-9. Like really low scoring game. Clearly a defensive game. I did not think that the Broncos were going to be able to hold the Jets to that little points. I'm pretty sure everybody in the group picked the Jets to win that game, solely because of Aaron Rodgers. I don't think it was based off of anything else.
I think weather played a big factor in that game, right?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Aaron Rodgers knows how to play in weather. Like he played in Green Bay. It's not like the weather would affect him that much.
Do you know how many yards Bo Nix passed for?
Oh, I do not. Not off the top of my head.
I'll tell you, 12 for 25 for 60 yards passing. And
but he got the touchdown.
They won the game. I mean,
got the touchdown.
I think 40 of it came all on one drive. Like they had no business winning this game, to be honest. Yeah, like 248 yards of offense to 186. This was just a bad showing by both teams, to be honest. I wish they both could have lost this game.
This wasn't a week for running backs. I actually chose the Jets because of I thought Breece Hall would do. Well, but I mean the average, right? So I thought Breece Hall would come out and do his thing, and it was like Braylon Allen who had more yardage than Breece Hall, 8 carries for 34 yards for Braylon Allen, right? So just a pretty poor showing from the offensive side of the Jets. They really couldn't get anything done, and this game was really kind of rough to watch.
The Buccaneers. The Bucs get the win 33-16 over the Eagles. Something's going on in Philly, and it stinks. You need to give the ball more to Saquon. I think Hurts would do a lot better with more play action instead of the RPO stuff. But that's just me. Like, why not utilize Barkley?
They had the ball before the half, 1st and goal, at the 1 or 2 yard line, or maybe it was a 5, but first down he got 4 yards. Ram Barkley second down, Ram Barkley third down. Um, so I don't think it's for a lack of trying, to be honest. I don't know how many carries he ended with. Oh, he did only have 10 carries. So yeah, I guess they can use him a little bit more, but I think there's just something off in that it's something about Philly just feels weird.
It
Feels
does.
a little, I feel like they should be 4-0, and yet here they are 2-2. But the whole league's 2-2. So um I don't know. Kind of interesting.
The Bengals get the win 34-24 over the Panthers. I think we all saw that coming. They both have end with a record of 1-3, which is really weird to say. The Texans get the win 24-20 over the Jags. Close game, man. Close game. What's going on in Jacksonville? Why are they 0-4? They haven't won a game yet.
Okay, so I did not watch this game, but I have Travis Etienne on my fantasy team. So can someone please explain, like, was he injured? Was he not injured?
Yeah. So he had a
Um,
shoulder injury
but he
and
came
didn't
back.
start. Yeah, but didn't play for the majority of the first quarter.
What? But when did the injury happen?
Undisclosed.
Got it.
So
So
he's
just as you say, I started the guy, and all of a sudden I see Tink Bigsby like going wild, and I'm like, what the heck? Um, you know, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what now he's in? Like, I don't get it. So something happened before the game that he had a shoulder injury, and then he came into
yeah.
the game.
So he
Okay.
came in on the sidelines and then was kind of standing by himself, helmet off. So if your helmet's off, you're not going in for a while, right? And then he finally
Right.
walked over to the offensive coordinator, stood behind him, and then I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, he put his helmet on and went in after that. But yeah,
Huh.
I guess his shoulder was hurting up until I think it was 1:14 left in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken, someone close to that. Then he put his helmet on, decided to play. So
That's weird. Okay.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Did not think that the Jaguars were going to be 0-4, but here we are. The Commanders get a smashing victory, 42
Okay,
to
real
14.
quick on the
Good.
Jaguars. Like, I know I've defended them a lot, and I'm done. But to their defense, at Dolphins when Tua was healthy, at Bills, at Texans, like, that's a brutal 3 game stretch, right? And that Browns loss was the worst loss. I mean, it's probably in the whole league the whole season. But to their defense, like, we did expect them to start probably 1-3, and even that Browns game would the beginning of the year, we probably thought that was a toss up. So, like I'm not saying they're coming back, but we'll find out a lot about them when they play the Colts, Bears, Patriots the next 3 weeks, right? They could very easily be 3-4 in the next 3 weeks. So, just something to think about. I do think they got a lot wrong over there, though. I do think if ETN's shoulder hurts, and he doesn't play, that's a big deal. He's been arguably their best player, but I just had to throw that out there. I'm hanging on by a thread of hope. That's what I'm saying.
Tell that to Minnesota. Let's see. We got the Commanders with the 42 to 14 victory over the Cardinals. Commanders improved their record to 3-1. They are looking so solid. It is not even funny. Jaden Daniels, man, is looking good. I mean, I know we saw kind of a glimpse of that with CJ Stroud last year. Is this CJ Stroud 2.0 season? Like, what are we seeing here in Jaden Daniels? Not enough film on him?
no,
Defenses
I think
can't figure him out yet?
I think he's doing great. I think not only that, I think that their offensive game plan is great too. And I say that because you can couple that Jaden Daniels is doing well along with Brian Robinson. They gave Brian
Oh,
Robinson
yeah.
21
Right.
carries for 101 yards. He's been the steady Eddie of the NFC. If we're being serious, right? He's not flashy. He's not getting 5 touchdowns a game or 200 yards, but he'll get his touchdown. He'll get his 100 yards. He's just plugging along and he's doing his thing. So definitely a wonderful compliment to a rising star in Jaden Daniels so far. So definitely doing well.
I agree. Let me again flip it around. Right, they beat the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Bengals. Like, the Bengals is a good win, but the Giants and the Cardinals. I mean, let's not get carried away. Like, they're not winning the division. Like,
that's fair, but I think the Cardinals are a better team than we're giving them credit for. Yes, they had
true,
one
and going on the
stinky-
road and beating them, yes, that is impressive. The way they beat them, I will agree with that. But they do have an easy schedule. I mean, you finish last in division, you know, you have a very easy schedule. So I guess I'm just not sold on the Commanders just yet. I don't even know I could call them the Commanders just yet. Still, to be honest, like they're still the Redskins to me. So
are they still fighting to get the Redskins back?
I think the Redskins chief sued them, from my understanding.
Yeah, like you had my face on there, and now my face is no longer there. Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, so until they go back to the Redskins, I don't know that we could consider them a legit team. So,
like, did nobody just ask them, like, are you guys offended by this? Because if they would have said no, like, that's our chief.
yeah,
Could have left it that way, but nobody asked. All right, that's great. The Niners bounce back this week with the win, 30-13, dominating fashion over the Patriots. I know you guys got a lot to say about that. Good to have Debo back.
It's good to have them all back, man. Debo. So on George Kittle's touchdown, when he jumped over 3 defenders to get that touchdown, I think that was the only play Debo was mad at, and Debo was wide open. So if they panned to the other side, Debo was like, "Hey!" But love the fact that Kittle got his ball. Ayuk is starting to look like Ayuk. Debo had a couple good runs from the backfield. Had a couple really good catches. So, and Fred Warner, I called this out earlier in the text that Fred Warner, man, pick 6, just ignited the team.
Let's go.
Did not feel like there was any real issues in this game for the Niners. They didn't even allow scoring until late or earlier in the second half, but I felt like it was a good showing and a good bounce back win that they needed in order to see if they can see what they're made of throughout the rest of this season.
Yeah, Jordan Mason 20.
Oh yeah, yep, that was good with the. I like how he just name dropped his own name and then just bounced.
Jordan Mason, too good. The end.
I love it. We'll wait for him as he's. I bet you his phone died. How much you want to bet his phone died? He didn't even know. The Raiders, without Max Crosby, without Devontae Adams, end up getting the win, 20-16. Absolutely solid showing by the Raiders
Sorry,
defense.
guys. Dang it! I want to talk about Jordan Michael Mason a little bit.
Go ahead.
No. My guy Jordan Michael Mason, my second cousin, 24 carries, 123 yards, 5.1% average, or 5.1 yards per carry. Love the guy again, and 2 catches, 37 yards in the passing game. Right, so I think to me, CMC, it does not look good, at least for a while. They may, in my honest opinion, much as I hate to say it, I think he might be shelved till like the playoffs ish or thereabouts. You don't travel to Germany to see a specialist if you're coming off the IR in a week or two. So it might be a while without him, and then to even get him back to the caliber he is, we're gonna need our boy Jordan Michael Mason out there. So I'm glad he's there, but yeah, I'm not too excited. It's a game we were supposed to win. I'm glad we won it. Let's beat the Cardinals next week, and all of a sudden, next 2 weeks we win those 2 games and we're in first in the division probably. So let's get it done.
Love it. Barbara, did you end up seeing the Raider game?
No. I was really busy. The only game I saw was the Ravens game.
Oh, was the Ravens game?
Yeah, I was busy.
Okay, I'll come back to you on the Ravens then. Raiders defense ended up holding up, not allowing a single touchdown. The only touchdown that was given up was on I want to say it was a fumble recovery that was taken to the house by the Browns. Trouble in Cleveland for sure.
No, I think Watson threw a touchdown pass.
And did they miss the extra point?
I thought it was the first drive of the game, if I'm not mistaken. They went like 70 yards, and because I was watching at that point.
Watson
I
threw a
remember it
1 yard
started out.
touchdown.
Yeah, I mean it was a long drive. I think it took like almost a whole quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. I see it. What was I looking
Yeah,
at?
15 play, 70-yard drive.
Oh my gosh.
9 minutes 20. Like I thought Cleveland came out to like just dominate, and then after the first quarter finished, they just didn't really score again.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, terrible. Something's wrong. It's definitely not the Deshaun Watson that we've seen in Houston, right? Like after his whole injury and ordeal, he hasn't been the same.
No.
And then got traded. I saw some wild thing, like just off of wild trades, right? Like we know the Deshaun Watson trade was wild. The Panthers ended up, they traded away DJ Moore, Brian Burns, and CMC, right? And still gave up more first round picks than they got back from those trades. Isn't that wild? I mean, like those
Panther thing to do, huh?
I guess.
Sounds like the Panther.
It just boggled my mind. Like you gave away some 3 top tier guys at 3 different top tier positions, and nothing. You didn't get nothing from it. Like it's a no go right there. Let's see. What do we have? We were just on the Browns and Raiders, right? The Chiefs get the win 17-10 over the Chargers. A lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Dude, something's wrong, right? Is it just me, or is something wrong in Kansas City? Like they're not winning by offense like we're used to seeing them win. Like we're used to seeing them.
Rashee Rice went down in this game, got carted off. So no Isaiah Pacheco, no Rashee Rice, and Kelsey's up with Taylor Swift in the suite. Like, I mean, and they're still winning though, man. Like
exactly.
Like this is a really good team that you can play and beat the Bills and put up 40 points when you want, and then play a game like today and just have defense win it. Like it's really truly all facets that they're dominating at, and we might be seeing a dynasty. I mean, this is kind of what the Patriots did here for a little bit, right? I mean, I hate to say it, but
you're twisting the knife
the
here,
Patriots, Mike. The Patriots did it. Like the Patriots, they turned into that defensive machine there for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, their offense gets clicking again. So, I mean, I don't know. The Chiefs are winning every difficult way there is to win. We'll see. We'll see how long it lasts, but I'm impressed with them. I'll be honest.
I got a old Patriots jersey that it'll double down for a Chiefs jersey as well. It's awesome that it's like universal. It's got the I don't know if you've seen it before. It's got like the black collar and then the black and white stripes like up and down.
Cool.
It's pretty great. I tend to use it at my daughter's basketball games too. Just to get them some extra calls. But I swear that every time I watch the Patriots, back in their heyday, like, come on, man. There's so many calls that get let go. You guys saw it in the Super Bowl. I just feel like they're not the same Chiefs team. Like they're offensively, they're not scoring as many points. Although defensively, they've picked it up. But in the past, they had to score 40 points, right? They had to score 40 points in order to stay in the game. Now they don't even have to. It's like
See,
I'm
but
scoring.
last year we felt that same way up until the playoffs, and then all of a sudden the playoffs, it's like now they're an offensive machine. At least I did, because I was like, man, they're not going to win. Their offense isn't good enough, and all of a sudden it's like flip of a switch, and their offense is all of a sudden, amazing. So
But I'd like to see them win though without all these penalties, man. 9 penalties called against the Chargers for versus 5 against the Chiefs. I know we say it every week, but I mean I did watch a little bit of the game, and it's like, well, third down, and I don't know, was it like 8 or something like that? Oh, here comes a penalty in the red zone. So no, now it's gonna be 1st and 3. I just they need
yeah,
to
but
cool it
can we
on some
also
of these
talk
penalties in this game.
about these teams getting in their own heads? I mean, 4th and 1, and Chargers don't kick the field goal, right?
Yeah.
Last week, Atlanta chooses to not kick 2 field goals and loses by 5. I mean, they're playing. Maybe these teams need to adjust and say, "Hey, we're not playing against the Mahomes of old. Let's take the 3 points and go out there and get a stop and take another 3 points later on," because they're kind of putting themselves in these situations, right? You don't give Mahomes the ball back in a tie game with 9 or 10 minutes left, as
Right.
opposed to being down 3 with 9 or 10 minutes left.
I
So
agree with you, but I think
you
people
know,
are saying, well, analytics is the way to go, right? Well, analytics say 61% of X is going to give you whatever. I'm old school. I would take the 3 points and say, like, you live a drive for another day, and at least you're getting something back for it, right?
There's
yeah,
too many
and you're
people
right,
playing
but I
Madden.
thought Harbaugh was that, right? Like I thought Harbaugh for sure was the guy kicking the field goal today on 4th and
Yeah.
1. He even called a timeout. Like, I'm like, okay, you try to draw him off sides, you call the timeout, and then you still, run your offense out there. I was just a little surprised. That's all.
Yeah.
I get it.
But it's the Mahomes effect.
The Sunday night game, the Ravens get the win 35-10 over the Bills. Bills dropped to a 3-1 record. Ravens improved to 2-2. Definitely more of a showing from the Ravens. What I thought the Ravens would have been the beginning of the season. So thus far, without the 2 games tomorrow night, the only undefeated teams are Kansas City, Seattle, who play tomorrow night. They're 3-0. And the Minnesota Vikings. Like, what in the world?
So I think even more impressive than that is there's not a winless team in the NFL. 4 weeks into 4 weeks into the season, not
Everybody's
one
won at
team,
least
not
one
one
game.
team as the goose egg. Like literally, this
actually,
is
no, because
Oh, wow.
Jaguars are 0-4.
Oh, you're right. Jaguars
And the
Tennessee.
Titans
My
are
bad.
0-3.
Yeah. You're right. But I mean only 2 teams, I guess, and I don't feel like those 2 teams are the worst teams in the league. Maybe Tennessee might be, but usually you're like, hey, if I'm in a survivor pool, I'm picking against this team every week. And like, I mean, so put it this way, Vegas has a survivor contest that 12,000 people signed up for this year. And going into today, there were 700 people left out of 12,000. 3 weeks
That's
into the
crazy.
season. 3 weeks into the
is
season.
so crazy.
That's insane, right?
I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be so mad as soon as my pick, like you were. Cincinnati should have won.
Yeah,
Dang.
these guys are going to go back and win it all, and I'm going to be pissed.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Let's go into next week's picks. So just to recap, pretty sure we have the Tennessee-Miami game tomorrow. Everybody picked Miami except for me. I went lone wolf and picked Tennessee. And then we went unanimous with the Seattle-Detroit game tomorrow night. Everybody picked Detroit to win. So we'll see what happens there. We're going with Drew being 34 minutes late. So that's going to drop your total win-loss record, Drew. You will now be 0-34.
Oh, he's here. Wow.
What up, my guy?
How you doing, guys?
What's up, man?
What is cracking? Oh, you came on just to make your picks? I love it. I love it.
Even I forgot we switched to Sunday night, guys. My bad.
I love it. Let's start with the next week's games. We got the Thursday night game between Tampa Bay and Atlanta. It's at Atlanta. Okay, well, who are you guys picking? John, you go first.
Take the Bucks.
Bucks. Let's go. Tampa Bay. Drew, who you taking?
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay as well, actually.
Tesla?
Atlanta.
Ooh, ATL in the house. Bro, who you taking?
Falcons.
ATL. If anybody else that wants to pick with us, go ahead and drop your picks in the comments, or you can send me your complete. Let me see if I can put this up. Do I want to put my phone number on here? Probably not. Okay. Make sure you send it to us. That'd be great. Send it to us on social media, either on Facebook or on Instagram. I'll get you guys' picks in, and then we'll talk about it next week. I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay on this one. Then we start the Sunday games. We got the New York Jets at Minnesota. Ooh, another quality team. Let's go, Drew. Who you got?
We got Jets and
Jets and
against who?
Vikings. Vikings.
I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'm gonna see how far these Vikings go, man.
Love it, Tesla.
4-0.
Well, he just saw how far they go. 4-0 because they're gonna be 4-1 after this week. Give me Jets.
Ooh,
way.
Jets.
Just like you took Philly last week, bro. Come on.
bro, who you got?
Let's go with the Vikings.
John?
Skull.
Hey, let's go. Tesla, you're a lone wolf in that one, my guy. You're with the
That's right.
Jets.
The chance to pull ahead. That's all I see.
We got we got the Panthers versus the Bears. Panthers versus Bears. Tesla, who you got?
Bears.
Chicago, Chi-Town. Bro.
Bears.
Okay. John?
I'll take the Bears too.
Yeah. Drew?
The Bears.
The Bears. I don't really feel like Carolina is going to be any good. So I'm going Bears as well. We got the Ravens versus the Bengals. Ravens, Bengals. Bro, who you taking?
Bengals. Let's go Ravens.
Ravens. Here we go. John.
I'll follow suit. Ravens.
Okay. Drew?
This one's tough for me, guys. I'm worried about the Bengals, but I'm gonna go Bengals.
Ooh, Bengals.
You gotta
Tesla.
support your guy.
I'm gonna go Bengals too.
Ooh, love it.
Mike needs them
Love
to
it,
win.
love it.
So I hate the Bengals, but they're gonna.
Here's the thing. I mean, Baltimore's
I
picked
hate
it up. So
Baltimore,
they
too.
won the last. Baltimore's won the last 2 games. They played great defense on the Bills. The Bills aren't a bad offensive team, so I don't know. We'll see what
I
happens.
mean, they ran the ball well, right? Like over 200 yards rushing 2 games in a row,
Yeah.
including today by one player. So I mean,
well, that's
that
their
is
game. That's what
concerning.
I'm saying.
Henry ran for almost 200 yards.
Yeah, 199, I think.
Yeah.
It's wild. We got Dolphins versus Pats, and I believe I'm back at the top. John?
Man, Miami's half a game on this. Man, this one's tough. I will take Huntley's the quarterback, right?
He
All right, I'm gonna
started
take
well.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna take Miami.
Taking Miami. Okay. Drew?
I'm going to take Patriots on this one.
Okay. Tesla?
Miami.
Miami.
I think
Boom.
Huntley actually turns it around for Miami personally.
I think so too.
I think tomorrow they destroy the Titans, and I think they forget about Tua a little bit.
I know. I wish we could. It's kind of tough, right? We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow for this team, so
Right.
I just like the Patriots at home right now. They've been playing okay, better than I thought they would this season. So
You're
Fair
right.
enough.
They do have one win, so they are playing very okay.
better than I
Barbara?
thought.
Bro, who
Yeah,
you
that is
taking?
true. And they beat Cincinnati in that game. So yes, I did not forget. Don't worry.
Bro, who you taking?
Exactly.
Dolphins.
Miami. All right, we got the Browns versus the Commanders. Browns, Commanders. Drew, who you taking?
Commanders, 100%.
Tesla?
They're doing
I'm
some
alone.
things.
I'm a lone wolf and take the Browns.
Ooh, he knows.
I know all the rest of you got Commanders. So
Bro, who you taking?
Commanders.
John?
Same.
You are the lone wolf in it, my guy.
I told
That was
you.
a good guess. That was a very good guess. We got the Colts versus the Jaguars. Colts, Jaguars. I
just need to know why you think the Browns are going to beat the Commanders, man. I just don't get it. Like,
That's
I mean, it's
exactly
football;
why.
anything can happen, right? But
That's exactly why everyone's on the Commanders, and I mean, this is still a rookie quarterback, and like I said, they haven't really. They beat Arizona and they beat the Giants, right? I don't think they're gonna start 4-1. And Browns, I mean, I don't know. I think Browns aren't quite as bad as we're seeing. But that's kind of why. I just think it's a good spot for a letdown for Washington, right? Like everyone's now starting to think they're the team to beat in the division, and I don't think they're there. I mean, I don't think they're that complete of a team. So that's why.
Fair enough. We got Jacksonville versus
Colts.
the Colts. Colts and Jags. It's at Jacksonville.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right. Who do I have first? I think Tesla. I think you're up first.
You know who I'm picking. Jags.
Still believing in the Jags. The 0-4 Jacksonville.
hold on.
Love it.
Did we decide who won this week, Burrows or Lawrence? Are we still doing this, or is it already over?
We're not still doing it until Jamar Chase plays on my team and gets a 64-yard touchdown.
Okay. What I thought. Right there. Yeah. I'm taking the Colts though. Since I'm talking already,
you got it.
Take the Colts.
Colts, bro. Who
Joe
you got?
Flacco and the Colts, huh?
Let's go with the Colts.
Ooh, Sleepy Joe. All right, John.
I'm gonna take the Jags. I don't know. Mike knows something. I'm taking the Jags.
I'm just stupid. I'm hanging on by a thread, John. They lose this game. They're the next 12 weeks of the season. I'm going against them.
That's awesome.
I love it. Let's see. We got the Bills versus the Texans. I mean, to me, this is gonna be a good game. Bro, who you got? It's at Houston.
Let's go with Texans.
Going with Houston. All right, John.
I think I will. I think I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Ooh, I love it. Drew. All right, Flash.
He's taking
boom,
Texans.
boom, 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 boom. I'm
Dax,
all over the
Dax
place.
wanted to vote. Dax wants to vote on this one.
I love it.
Dax, who are you taking? Texans or
The Bills.
The Bills?
Texas.
I love it.
Oh, good job,
Les,
dude.
nice work.
Good job, Jax.
It sucks that
Tesla,
Dax is
who you
gonna
got?
lose his first pick.
Yeah, the Bills are going to come out and win after that shellacking they received today for sure. But
yeah,
I think
got
Texans.
Buffalo.
I think Texans are playing well. So
I mean,
And
they
Tesla,
beat
you're
the
taking
Jags
Buffalo?
today by 3 or 4 points. So I think
I
it seems like their defense is off. In all honesty, for me, I'm a little disappointed in their defense.
yeah,
In Houston's
agree.
defense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree with that. Let's see. We got the Raiders at Denver. The Raiders at Broncos. And I believe, John, you're up first.
So, do we know is Crosby and or Adams coming back next week?
I think Adams is week to week. And
Adams is on the
Crosby,
trade block. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Like, he did not get hurt in practice, guys. Like all like coach calls him out, says some players made a business decision, and on Friday all of a sudden he's on the injury report, and on Saturday he's ruled out. Like, come on, like this is beyond coincidental.
Okay, so fair enough. I think I'll still stick with the Raiders.
oh, Vegas. Let's go. Drew?
Sorry, I was looking up. I was curious about Texans defense right now, so I was looking stuff up. But Raiders versus who?
Broncos.
Oh, ooh.
Ah.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
Raiders. Let's go.
I
I
don't
felt
know.
like your arm was
about
twisted by saying that, dude.
that.
Tesla?
You know,
I mean, I'm with Andrew. I don't really want to pick this game. Like I think I'd rather sit at home and take a nap than watch this game. Like I have zero desire to turn this game on.
What did he say?
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I said that. Like this game has to get the lowest ratings outside of Vegas and Denver, right? Like I mean, no doubt about it. Like no one wants to watch this. This is gonna be bad. This is gonna be another 10-9 Jets Broncos game. Like I don't know. Just give me Denver, I guess. But
Ooh.
yeah.
it was tough for me because I think you're right. I think it'll be a low scoring game.
Okay, bro.
Raiders.
Raiders. Let's go. Right. Cardinals versus Niners. I'll just lock in John and Tesla's pick right now.
You can add me to theirs too, actually.
Yeah.
Attaboy, Drew.
Bro, who do you got?
It's the same.
Ooh, everybody's going San Fran, huh? I
Ready
did
to-
see something out of Brock Purdy this week that just it goes unnoticed. There is no stat for it, but his ability, like the plays themselves didn't even make any yards. But Brock Purdy's ability to just extend plays and not look to run, like extend plays to throw the ball downfield was just phenomenal. And it was like 3 or 4 plays in a row. And I was like, dude, this guy's like Houdini. Like, step up, turn around, look around, come back, go left, go right. Oh, wait, no, back left. And then still get the ball out. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah,
Some
that's
of
like
those
2
plays-
games in a row that he's really done that. And I just don't want him to get hit on one of these. Like I cringe kind of like he's spinning
Correct.
around looking the wrong way, and I'm like, dude, just throw it away. Like we don't need to
Yes.
extend every play.
I think it's unfortunately a lot of work we got to do on our offensive line. So it doesn't, I mean, it's great that he can get out. That's awesome, right? Escape, do what you got to do. But this really is screaming to the team like, hey, we got to shore up this offensive line because it's kind of ugly when he has to do that almost every other play.
Hey, I think I just need to bring up real quick though. Texans right now are 4th in their total defense statistic ratings, but they, out of the top 10 defenses, they've given up the most touchdowns, which is interesting. But just thought I'd throw that out there. Sometimes I don't know. You're saying it seems bad, but statistically they're doing pretty good.
Okay, but
Especially their
I said the
pass.
last couple weeks. So I think you're looking at their early schedule when they played the Bears in week 2 and got like 10 sacks, right? Like I mean, we got to throw that out.
I was looking after week 3.
Yeah, like week 4 they gave up 34 points to the Vikings. This week they gave up 20 to Jacksonville that hasn't scored 20 all year. So I was just talking about the last 2 weeks, and I do think some of that has to do with Joe Mixon not being out there and being able to run the ball and sustain long drives, right? But I mean, D'Amico Ryans, their coach, is an old defensive coordinator of the Niners, and they were a very solid defense last year, and they spent pretty heavy on that defense. I just expect them to be a little bit more dominant than they have been the last couple weeks. But yeah, early in the season, I mean, I do agree. The Bears game, they look like the best defense I've ever seen. So But yeah,
You do bring up a great point, Mike. And I'm just kind of wondering when Vegas is going to get that love because Jacksonville has not scored 20 points in any other games, and Vegas has. What's the deal, man? Come to the dark side, my friend.
Jacksonville played at Dolphins, at Bills, at Texans. Like,
Trevor
that's been
Lawrence.
said already.
It's the Trevor Lawrence part.
I love it. We got the Packers versus the Rams. Packers, Rams. Let's go. John, you're up first.
You've played the Chargers, Ravens, Panthers, and Browns, bro. Like,
Hey, wait, whoa! Calm down. We've moved on. Let me
including
mute him
losing to
real
the
quick.
Panthers
Let me mute him
I'll
real
take-
quick.
at home.
I'll take Green Bay, man.
Taking Green Bay. All right.
Jordan
Drew?
Love's back.
I'm gonna take Green Bay as well.
Green Bay.
They had a nice comeback. They didn't win, but they had a nice comeback today.
Tesla?
I hate Green Bay.
But you hate the Rams more.
I do hate the
Don't you?
Rams, but I really want Jordan Love to lose that game. I can't take the Rams though.
Exactly.
Not without Cup and
Puka.
Puka.
Yeah, out Puka,
Yeah.
out Cup. That's
Although
a
they
tough
beat
pick.
the Niners last week without them both. So, yeah, you gotta go Packers. Unfortunately,
bro.
Packs.
We got the Giants versus Seattle. Drew, who are you taking?
Seattle, for sure.
Seattle. Tesla?
talk about an easy schedule, man. I'm tired of the Seahawks getting everyone
Right?
after everyone gets injured. I do think Seahawks lose tomorrow night, but them getting to play the Dolphins the moment Tua's dead, and the Patriots and the Broncos, like now
Moral
they get the
victories, my friend.
Now they get the Giants with potential without Malik Neighbors. Like, I don't think there's a luckier team in the NFL right now.
Fair.
Jeez, dude. Man, I don't want to do it.
New York Giants. Got it.
I can't do it. Here's the thing: they play the Niners on Thursday night that following week, so it might be like a look ahead spot for them, right? It's like a Giants.
Do you think they're not beating? You think they're beating the Lions tomorrow?
No, the Seahawks. No,
Okay.
I don't. But they play the Giants on Sunday, and then they turn around and play the Niners on Thursday night. So I'm trying to see like kind of the spot, right? Like it's kind of like a look ahead game for them. But because they lose to the Lions tomorrow, in my opinion, then I gotta take Seahawks. I'll take Seahawks. If they win tomorrow versus the Lions, I would pick Giants. Just let that be said. But whatever.
So you
Seahawks.
picking Giants? Oh, you're picking Seahawks. All
Picking
right.
Seahawks because I think
Bro.
they lose tomorrow and get focused.
Let me tell you, living up in Seattle, I hear a lot of smack talking. They're talking how good they are this year and all this 3-0 stuff. And I don't want to pick the Seahawks that game, but I know they're gonna at least win against the Giants. But I'm getting tired of their talking smack up here. I can't wait till they lose so I could talk back.
So what is this? The New York Giant Pigeons against the Seattle Seagulls, and I guess I'll go the Seagulls.
Did John pick?
John, did you pick?
No.
Who you
I'm
got?
actually going to take New York.
Ooh, the Giant Pigeons! Let's go! Ooh.
They have a kicking game,
John.
and that might just be all they need.
That's the pigeon. That's the pigeon sound right there. Go Giants.
I love it. We got the Cowboys versus the Steelers. Tough pick. Drew, who you got? Or no, is it you first? You first. We'll go you first.
I'm first. All right.
Yeah.
Let me think. For the Cowboys versus Steelers,
Steelers are home, if that helps.
it does, but I'm gonna go Steelers. Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Tesla.
Cowboys. Steelers suck.
3-1.
Don't even.
3-1. Dude, 2 of those they didn't even score an offensive touchdown.
Correct.
bro, who you got?
They don't need to, man.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. And if there's anybody I know that hate the Cowboys, it's gonna be Sir John. You going
Yep.
Pittsburgh?
I hate the Cowboys, but I'm also realistic. So, from a pick standpoint, I'm taking the Cowboys. I actually want them
how's
both
this a
to
Sunday
win.
night game though? Like really?
I have no idea. I have no idea, bro.
Can we not call in a flex in week 4?
Ooh.
Like, I think we gotta go into a flex schedule and drop
Hey,
this, right? Like,
shout
no
out
one
to my
wants
boy
see this.
JC. JC, welcome to the live,
What
my
up,
friend.
JC?
We love you,
don't
brother.
let him hurt his ankle while we're talking here.
And, my guy.
Dear.
Keep it elevated. Keep it elevated.
Ice. And then we got the Saints versus Kansas City. Am I missing games? Or is just there not
you're-
as many?
you're
That's the last game, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Saints versus Chiefs. Saints Chiefs. Ooh. Tesla, who you taking?
Chiefs.
KC. Bro?
I'll go for the refs.
The
let's go
Kansas
for the
City
Chiefs.
refs.
Oh dear.
Who are the chefs? John?
Yeah, I think you gotta take the Chiefs until they lose a game. So you're
Ooh,
taking them.
Drew?
Which will be to the Niners in their next game.
Good with that.
I'm taking Chiefs.
Taking the Chiefs.
They'll lose eventually, but they're not having a
No.
perfect season or anything.
No Rice. They did get Kareem Hunt elevated. He did pretty decent today.
Yeah.
Their defense is too raw. Spagnola, man. Gosh dang you, Spagnola. You're killing me, my guy. Absolutely killing me. That was good. That was very good. Drew, just by default, since you only came in about halfway through, you lose about 5 of your picks this week, resulting
what?
in only 5 wins. I'm sorry to inform you of this, but if you
So I got 10 wins? Nice. Wait, who got the most wins?
You did.
we don't know yet.
Week's not
I just
over.
wanted to make sure that was said live.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago was John. Last week was me.
I appreciate that.
And then we'll announce this week's winner.
Pull-
What about
pull up.
cumulative? Because I'm pretty sure I keep getting second, and you guys fail to mention my name. And
Is anyone within
Second's
2
not
games?
first.
Ooh. Say that again.
I'm talking
This
about
week.
season of seconds being first.
Second isn't first. If you want to count all the games, you count them at the end of the year, sir. But we're not there yet. So second's not first.
I just don't want you guys to fall too far behind at the end of the year, so I'm just letting you count them now.
Oh my
Sure.
gosh. Let's see. What have we? Man, let's pick that up. Okay. Anybody else still watching us? Please subscribe to us on YouTube at Jam Pack Podcast. Click on that notification button to view us live. We are live now every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Have Drew put that in his calendar.
Yes, please. Jot us down. Put it in pen.
What's a pen, guys? I don't even know what that is.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Jam Pack Podcast. You can also see us live there. Check us out on Twitter at Jam Pack Pod, and rolling out soon will be jampack.com. For those still watching, we appreciate you tuning in to us as we go through this mad schedule and picks and making our picks for the most random reasons. We hope you enjoyed your viewing of today's episode, and we hope to see you guys next week. Until then, be safe out there. Take care of each other, and we'll see you guys later. All right, fellas. We'll see you guys
See you
next week.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Peace.